What's going on, House Development Doctor? I got a question for y'all. You ever walk into a property and say, is it a good deal or bad deal, but you just don't know how to really know if it is or not? I created this investor workbook just for you guys to walk through a property with confidence and not concern. Let's jump on right on into it. Man, what's going on, y'all? It's the Development Doctor. I'm currently in my office, man, looking at some deals. And as I started going through deals, I looked in my mind and figured out what can I give you guys to help you. So look, I created this investor workbook, right? If you're watching this video now, it tells me that you're clearly serious about real estate and how to find your next deal and do it like a professional like myself. So this right here is called the Investor Field Workbook. I'm using this to help new and inspiring real estate investors to walk properties with confidence and not have that confusion. This is the exact same checklist, questions, and process that I use, that I teach my mentees like yourself, so that you can understand how to use this on your next deal. So let's jump right on into it. So section 1 is my property snapshot. Every walkthrough starts with a snapshot. So before you take a step inside the house, you need to take notes. Look at the property address, the asking price, the square footage, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and the year that this was built. You also want to have the contact information for the seller, the agent, the wholesaler, the auntie, the cousin, the brother, whoever. The more the merrier, so you can get the information that you need without doing as much hard work if you don't have to. So section 2, the tools that you bring. When you walk into a property, you never walk in empty-handed. You want to bring a flashlight or a headlamp. You want to have a moisture meter, a voltage tester, a tape measure, or a laser. And even if you really want to get really busy with it, bring a sewer cam so that you actually scope inside the drains and the pipes to make sure that there's no leaks under the ground. Also, always, man, bring you some gloves, bring you a mask, and have your phone ready for pictures and videos. These are the things that help you see what others don't see, that helps you make money in the business. And most importantly, if you have your phone and videos, even if you're not there after this, you could always go back and take a look at it, up, down, side to side, and visualize what you want to do. Section 3 is about questions. So before you get emotional to any deal, you always want to ask the right questions. When was the roof replaced? How old is the HVAC? What kind of plumbing? PVC, copper, cast iron? Has the panel been updated, or is it one of these old panels that we cannot get to pass inspection? Also ask about floods, insurance claims, foundation issues. Ask them everything that you possibly can about the house, because this lets you know truthfully if it's a light cosmetic project, which is bathroom, kitchens, floors, paint, or if it's a full renovation and you just can't see what's behind the walls. Sometimes the seller will give you more game without them even knowing they're giving it to you. So section 4 is going to be our walkthrough checklist. Now that you walk through it, you use this to kind of go through your exterior. Look at the roof, the gutters, the siding, the trim, the windows. You want to make sure that the grade of the actual yard is sloping away from the foundation. Inside, you want to check for stains, cracks, and smells. If you smell something, that means it could be a leak or a mold. Gentlemen, you know what that smell means. Look, you want to run all the water, flush the toilets, and test the outlets, especially near the sinks and tubs. They gotta be a GFCI. So if you push the button, you should hear a noise when they trip or a light should flash. Look into the attic and the crawl space, and even the basement. If you see moisture or some sagging wood, that means it's a lot of money about to come out your pocket. So look, red flags, section 5, right? So some of the red flags you can see is major foundation issues. So cracks, large areas of mold, cast iron plumbing, water intrusion in the crawl space. These things can turn a $15,000 flip to $70,000 rehab real fast. So the goal here is to find cosmetic deals, not full guts. So you gotta keep your eyes open. So section 6, I talked a lot about terms, so let me give you guys a glossary. Every investor needs to know the language. So that's why I give you guys terms like ARV, which is after repair value, and comps, which are your comparable sales reports, right? You'll see these terms in your scope of work, your turnkey, contingency. You gotta study these things so you can communicate confidently with these lenders, agents, and contractors. If you know the terms, they'll respect you more. So study first and then get out there and get into the game. So section 7 goes into our quick repair cost references. So here's a sheet where I give you guys an idea of the ranges for costs of how things could go. For example, a roof on a 1,500 square foot house costs $6,500 to $12,000 depending on material and labor. HVAC can run $7,000. Painting inside is like $2.50 to $5 a square foot. And a basic kitchen remodel could cost you anywhere from $12,000 to $30,000. You don't need to know exact numbers yet. This is just a guide to see if the deal makes sense, you guys. Obviously, you still want to get with local subs. Everybody's market different. Everybody has different access to materials, but this is just a range. Section 8 is your actual budget worksheet. This is where you will plug in your own numbers and simply multiply the square footage by the cost per foot, the number of kitchens, bathrooms, and range. But always add a 10 to 15% contingency because surprises always come up, guys. This helps you avoid underestimating the rehab budget and having to pay out of pocket. So use this chart, it's really helpful, you guys. Section 9 is gonna be our common condition grading systems. So you wanna look at this to understand how to rate a house from 1 to 5. So that's the roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, windows, the kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, and paint. A property that averages a 3 or higher is a good cosmetic deal. Anything below that, you wanna double check your numbers. But this is a quick way to do this. Section 10 is the exit checklist, right? Before you leave, do not rush. Make sure you took enough pictures, videos. You take pictures of the age of the HVAC, the roof, the water heater, and you write them down, you guys, because those could be red flags. Calculate your budget while you're there, and then look at the pictures again and do it again. This helps you to make sure that you're not making an emotional offer, but a real offer. Numbers don't lie. Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. So look, in closing, I want you to use this as a checklist. It's not just a checklist though, it's a system. I created this for you so you can walk the property the same way I do and see that confidence and clarity. Download your copy, keep it on your phone, print it out, put it on your wall, tell your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your daughter, your son, tell everybody. This is the most critical part of your real estate journey. You guys asked for it, I gave it to you. The development doctor got to get back in the field and look at deals, and guess what I'm gonna have with me? My investor workbook. Y'all stay tuned. Man, look, appreciate y'all looking at this video, man. If you're really serious about taking your next step in your real estate journey, you're in the right place. So look, this workbook, now that you've seen how it works, if you want your copy, you already know what to do. Comment the word copy below. I'll send you guys a copy. And if you don't already follow the GOAT on Instagram, follow @TheDevelopmentDoctor. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm giving you the game, you guys. The game free, controller sold separately. Come get your controller. Let's work.